Father Larry Holland is a 79-year-old Catholic priest located in Vancouver who broke his hip last month. He was explicitly stated on several occasions he was not interested in being euthanized. Despite that fact, on numerous occasions, it was attempted to be forced upon this 79-year-old man. Thank God it didn't wind up going through. Canada's MAID program must be completely halted until it is gotten under control. We are now coming in on 100,000 Canadians who have been euthanized by MAID since the year 2015. What was originally sold as a program only for people at the very end of their life in dire situations is now being rolled out more and more aggressively. You read stories like this on a near daily basis. We read stories about people in their 20s, people in their 30s being euthanized despite protestations from their family that they're suffering from seasonal depression. This harkens back to the 1920s, 1930s sick eugenics programs. We are seeing this more and more in Canada. I have sifted through the data. The government intentionally is holding back 2 years worth of data. As of 2023, 8 years into the program, the percentage of those euthanized who have been white is 96%. In Canada, the overall white population, that would have been per capita in line with 1970s numbers, but the Canadian population is now about 60% white. That's a massive disparity that we have not even had this government questioned on. It is not new arrivals to this country who are receiving the MAID program, barely any immigrants, barely any minority groups. It is 96% white Canadians who are being euthanized. And time again, you read these stories of people who did not have major life-threatening end-of-life injuries and had nurses, had different staff members consistently pushing them towards receiving so-called medical assistance and dying. The first pillar of healthcare is do no harm. When you take an oath to become a doctor, the first pillar that you must swear to is to do no harm. The MAID program is the exact opposite of that. What was sold to Canadians as empathy towards the end of life is rapidly expanding to the largest euthanization program in the world. We are going to look back in horror, as well as the fact is Canadians are not aware of how massive this program has become. The government of Canada has not explained to Canadians why they are holding data back for 2 entire years. You can only get medical assistance in dying data back to 2013 when we've rapidly gone from, 2023, where we've rapidly gone from 1,000 deaths in 2015 to 23,000 deaths in 2023. It may well be nearly 50,000 Canadians euthanized in the year 2026. We know how much financial strain the immigration program has put on Canada's healthcare system. I believe that this program is being used to attempt to save a buckling healthcare program across the country. We are seeing 250% increased wait times in ERs. We have an aging population that, due to liberal mismanagement, open borders allowing 10 million people into the country in just over a decade, an unprecedented number. Our healthcare system is buckling, and the Liberals are using this MAID program as a solution to the buckling healthcare program, where they are offering medical assisted death. If you look at interviews with the largest purveyors of this program in Canada, you will get a truly disturbing feeling, bragging about doctors who have now killed 500, 600 Canadians. The feeling in the rooms they're applying it to. This program should be completely paused or only available to people at the very end of life. The Liberals are now attempting to open it up even more widely to those with mental health issues. It reminds me of what happened to Tavistock, the now defunct gender clinic, where thousands of young people are now suing, received irreversible gender surgeries, irreversible hormone. The CAST study wound up unveiling the disgusting practices, the irreversible hormones being pushed on young children. I believe that when we get a real in-depth study of what exactly is going on with Canada's MAID program, it will be incredibly similar to this. I am founding the Fight for Canada Party. One pillar of the party is a complete shutdown of MAID, except for the most extreme circumstances, which is what it was originally sold to Canadians as. Now it seems to be a catch-all for sick old white Canadians. It's truly disgusting. It reminds me of the 1920s, 1930s eugenics program. If you'd like to support FFC, you can hit the Stripe link below. I so appreciate everybody who supports. 3 main pillars: total moratorium on immigration, shut down the temporary foreign worker as well as immigration mobility program, removal of the 2.1 million expired permit holders in this country who the Liberal Party of Canada is doing absolutely nothing to remove, and to think that the MAID program is being used to eliminate white Canadians who are jamming up our healthcare system. Of course, I cannot say that definitively, but has anybody in the Liberal Party of Canada described why is it 96% white applicants getting MAID? This seems truly disgusting. It needs to stop now. Would somebody in Canada's mainstream media ask the Liberals about this program? Thank God Father Larry Holland is still alive. This was a man who made it clearly explicit that due to his religious beliefs, he did not want to receive MAID, yet you're reading articles about it that he was continually pushed towards receiving treatment he had made blatantly obvious from the jump he had no interest in receiving. This program should be shut down. It's another disgusting, woke, far-left program that is destroying this country. Shut MAID down now.